You mentioned some designers and collectors earlier. Do you have a favorite that you like to bring shed light on? Any notable female collectors that you want to talk about, or designers?
Yeah, my favorite collector or influencer is Sally Sneakers. I think that she puts a really dope spin on how she utilizes her collection. I think that sometimes also as like women in streetwear, it's hard to find the balance between being feminine and feeling sexy, and then also like being trendy. And I think she does a good job of being both. My goal is to be able to be a lot more like fashionable with my own personal attire when it comes to sneakers. And she also is very brave, like to wear colors, to wear patterns, prints, textures. And that's something that I also admire as well. Again, I think like the shoes are meant to be worn, and it's really cool to see kind of the creative spins that she puts on her outfit. So
I think that's the funnest thing about it.
Shout out to Sally Sneakers.
Shout out, because first of all, adding sneakers to your name alone.
Totally. Yeah, 100%.
But no, I love the spin on the textures. I love the spin, just like you said, the bravery to be able to just step out. You're on your way with those Sambas.
Thank you.
Because what are you going to wear with those? What have you worn with those?
Yeah, so this shoe, like my most recent outfit that I really liked, I had this like tulle black skirt, see-through, and it has a slit on the side with I have this Bob Marley tie-dye Amiri shirt that's a little bit see-through as well. So I wore that shirt with like a cute little lace bra underneath that, you know, gives a little pop out because the shirt's a bit see-through with that tulle skirt. And I wore these shoes with it. That was
very
just
fashion
a nice
forward.
little, compliment.
Very fashion forward.
Yeah.
Who, if anyone, would you swap collections with?
PJ Tucker, no questions asked. Would I know what to do with the collection? No, I would become a looker, not a wearer at that point. But that man's sneaker collection is impeccable. Yeah,
his sneaker collection, his rollout, his fashion sense. How do you feel about the low tops?
I actually love them. The baby blue shoes that he just came out with. Did you see
like his whole rollout with the Nike luggage?
Brilliant.
It was just so cloudy.
Yeah, 100%. Brilliant. No, that shoe is actually... There's shoes, so the Canyon Purple 4s fall into the same category for me as these PJ Tucker shoes. Like, I didn't appreciate them until I saw somebody weering them. I saw somebody wearing them, and I was like,
that's what it is for me with those low tops in general. Like, I love low tops, but I'm anti low tops for certain sneakers. Okay. Like, just certain.
Are you doing a Jordan 1 low top?
I can do a Jordan 1 low on a rare occasion. Do I own any? No. Okay. But
you'll buy a Travis Scott one low.
For sure. Okay. For sure. Those are coveted. Yeah. But not too
Jordan
not too much
low?
of the lows. No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. I said that loud and proud.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you.
I can't stand it. Yeah. I can't stand it. They're already low.
Yeah. And I think the silhouette just isn't very complimentary being
it's
low.
Not.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even look safe or strdy.
Yeah. I hear that.
Do you hoard or rotate out?
No, I hoard. I don't have no intention. Trey hates that I don't sell my shoes. Like, he will rotate out all the time. Yeah. I will not rotate out. I bought them for a reason.
True. Yeah. Do you ever look back at some of your shoes? Like, okay, before I even get into that question, how do you store your shoes?
Okay, so I have one of our closest customer friends, shout out Tony, shared a really horrible experience that his sneakers in his closet share the wall with his bathroom. And the moisture from his bathroom was inside some of his sneaker boxes at the very bottom. And so he went to grab a pair of Jordans that were in his closet, and there was mold in them that then made him go through some of the other shoes, and the shoes were ruined. So never will that be my experience, but I do have them in a closet on a shelf up high. I keep the boxes. Would I love to have them on display for sure? I think it would make getting dressed easier, because I would like to see them, but no, I keep them in my boxes. I don't want to keep separate space for the box and the shoe.
That's where
and don't sell your shoes without boxes. Like, it's cringe. We will buy them. Tilt will buy them, but keep the box.
Yeah, that's my problem right now is that I'm doing both. Okay. So certain sneakers, obviously, you have to keep the box. Yeah, like there's no doubt about it. And one of the things that I love with a good rollout is the box. I'm into details. I'm into packaging. So that's part of the biggest thing for me. Yeah. So I'm not getting rid of those boxes. Yeah. And then too, because if anything were to happen, and I need to sell my $1 million collection. I'm going to need those boxes. The other thing is I love the aesthetic of the shelving. Like I love shelving. I love the clear containers. So I have a wall of clear containers with shoes, sneakers, heels, whatever, because it is easier to get dressed. But what I found is that there's no longevity there. Like the boxes get crusty, dusty, musty. Like it's just not a great way to store your shoes for a long period of time, but neither are the original boxes. So I'm still hunting for a solution. Stay tuned. But and then the whole rotating thing too, that was my problem when I first started collecting, is that not only was I stingy on space. I'm not sharing my apartment with my kids and my shoes. So I started rotating them out. Like it was something that I did to help with my conscience. Like, oh, you have too many shoes. It's okay. I'm going to give some away and then I'll get some more. But then I realized that my collection was diminishing and then I would see others growing like, oh, I used to have those. I used to have those. So it's like, do you want to be a used to have?
That's true. It's a good point. It never feels good also when you look back and you're like, I can't believe I sold these shoes. Like, when the Metallic Forest came out, I got a pair and I was like, what am I going to wear these with? And I sold them, and those shoes have tremendous, crazy value now. And I would love to put that shoe on my foot right now. Don't have them, don't want to spend the money on them necessarily. But at the same time, for me at least, like my day-to-day, I'm wearing Crocs, the Salehi Crocs. I'm wearing Yeezy slides, foam runners, Birkenstocks. So I don't really run into that, my shoes I'm wearing out my shoe. Like those shoes can get worn out and it's fine. So
everything you just listed for sure can get worn out.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I didn't worn the foam runners to the flow.
I wonder what the next wave is going to be of those like comfort shoes.
The Salehis are doing a great job at taking over the Croc element. Do you think Skechers are going to make a comeback?
I'm not checking for Skechers at the moment.
Have you been noticing how closely they're trying to emulate the new silhouettes and styles and colorways? Of like I walked past Skechers the other day in Delamo and I like almost thought I saw a New Balance shoe. I was like, wait, that's Skechers. They almost got me. Shout out to Skechers.
If they can do it, I will never knock something. Just prove it.
So are there any brands that are off limits?
I wouldn't say off limits. If something looks good, I'll wear it. But one of the, we'll say hype designer shoes, I stay away from. They're not really my lane. I think just because something is expensive doesn't mean that it's necessarily cool. Right. The Balenciaga track runners and triple S's, like they have some that look good, but it's just a very loud shoe. I would never look at that shoe and be like, man, this is a beautiful shoe. But there's some Prada and some Gucci silhouettes, like the sneakers that I think look cool. But again, they're not like beautiful designs. I just think that they're maybe complementary, to an outfit, help make it loud kind of situation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Are there any underrated designers or like local designers that you rock with? Yeah,
I definitely think that I could do a better job being kind of in tune with up and coming brands. We play Tilt plays in a basketball league for the Surgeon. If you've heard of the Shoe Surgeon, Dom is really a brilliant designer, and so he is by no means small, but definitely somebody who is not a mainstream, brand. So definitely shout out to the Sneaker Surgeon. But I definitely love when Nike does collaboration or big brands do collaborations with smaller brands or businesses that really give them a shout out. I think of like the Born and Raised SBs. Born and Raised is not small, but when you think of kind of a global level, like a lot of people don't know what Venice, California is, who Sponto is, and the fact that they have been able to grow a brand, rest in peace, but that shoe went crazy. And it's in my opinion, one of the greatest shoes that came out. And so I think that it's, anytime they can do a collaboration like that really shines light on a small kind of niche community. I think that it's a really great way to leverage those bigger platforms. So I appreciate those.
And I definitely appreciate the collaborations. Do you feel like price fuels hype?
Yeah, I think it does. I think exclusivity will always fuel hype. I do think there's a lot of weird shoes that have strange hypes and strange prices. But I do really
strange prices
and strange hype. Yeah, I will say I think it's a kind of, when you zoom out, I think it's a really beautiful thing that like brown culture has been able to really push influence of streetwear to a degree that you can take something like a sneaker and it be so coveted. Of course, when it comes to the extent of bodying and the maybe not so appreciated side of resale, I think that those things kind of we can do without, but I do definitely think that the culture that's been able to be built around it is something that's beautiful and an admiration to culture. Yeah.